Have you ever gazed up at the stars and wondered if we're truly alone? For centuries, humanity has told stories of gods descending from the heavens. But what if those stories weren't just myths? What if they were memories? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and controversial topics in ancient history, the Anunnaki. The story begins in ancient Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, with the Sumerians. These weren't just simple farmers. They were brilliant astronomers, mathematicians, and the inventors of writing. And in their cuneiform tablets, they wrote about powerful deities they called the Anunnaki, which translates to those who from heaven to earth came. According to translations by scholars like Zechariah Sitchin, these weren't just spiritual beings. The text described them as physical entities who came from a distant planet in our own solar system called Nibiru. This rogue planet supposedly has a massive 3,600-year elliptical orbit that brings it near Earth. The tablets tell a tale of a mission. The Anunnaki came here hundreds of thousands of years ago in search of a precious resource: gold. Why gold? The theory suggests their home planet, Nibiru, was facing an atmospheric crisis, and they needed gold particles to repair its failing atmosphere. It sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? But the Sumerian texts are surprisingly detailed. They describe the Anunnaki leaders, Enlil and Enki, and the establishment of their first settlement on Earth, Eridu, in what is now modern-day Iraq. The texts claim the initial mining operation was grueling for the rank-and-file Anunnaki. They toiled in mines, and eventually they rebelled against the hard labor. Faced with a mutiny, the Anunnaki leaders made a groundbreaking decision. According to the story, they decided to create a worker race. Using their advanced knowledge of genetic engineering, they took the existing hominids on Earth, our early ancestors, and blended their own DNA with them. The result? A new being, Homo sapiens, us. We were created, according to this narrative, to be their servants, their primitive workers, tasked with mining the gold for them. This idea is mind-bending. Could it be that the missing link in human evolution isn't a missing fossil, but an external intervention? Proponents of this theory point to the sudden explosion of human intelligence and the emergence of advanced civilization with the Sumerians as potential evidence. Why did we suddenly develop complex language, laws, agriculture, and astronomy? Was it a gift from our creators? The stories go on to describe how these Anunnaki gods ruled over humanity for millennia, passing down knowledge and establishing dynasties of kings. They were seen as all-powerful, immortal beings, but they also had very human-like conflicts, rivalries, and wars, which are detailed in epic poems like the Enuma Elish and the Epic of Gilgamesh. Many tales from later religions, like the Great Flood, have remarkable parallels in these much older Sumerian texts, with the Anunnaki playing a central role. So, what is the truth? Mainstream academia largely dismisses these interpretations as misreadings of mythological texts. They argue that the Sumerians were describing spiritual beliefs and natural phenomena, not historical events with aliens. The Anunnaki, they say, were simply the gods of their pantheon, similar to the Greek gods of Mount Olympus. The idea of Nibiru is also rejected by astronomers, who have found no evidence of such a planet in our solar system. Yet the Anunnaki theory persists. Why? Because it offers answers to some of humanity's biggest questions. Where did we come from? Why are we here? It taps into that deep-seated feeling that there's something more to our story. Whether you see it as literal history or a powerful metaphor, the tale of the Anunnaki forces us to look at our ancient past with fresh eyes and an open mind. It reminds us that the line between myth and history can sometimes be incredibly blurry. What do you think? Were the Anunnaki real extraterrestrial visitors, or are they simply figures from a complex and beautiful mythology? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the ancient past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the mysteries of our world. Thanks for watching.